What's up guys, it's Project and welcome to my weapon guides for Monster Hunter World. These guides are aimed specifically at the best combos of a weapon to get the most DPS out of them, but I'll also explain the mechanics and role of a weapon for new players to get a better understanding about the weapon they plan to use. Before I begin, just know I play the PS4 version and have my controls to swap R2 with R1, so whenever I refer to R1, it's R2 if you're using the default scheme or whatever it is on Xbox. I also did every test naked, no armor or charms equipped, nor buffs used. Here's the next guide after dual blades, and it's the first ranged weapon guide for the channel, and it's for the bow. The bow is a unique weapon with simple ammo type options that, while might seem simple, is actually pretty hard to master. It uses a file coding system in which you can equip certain coatings to add effects to your arrows, affecting all your shots. Which files you can equip depends on the weapon itself, so keep that in mind when forging. If you see power coatings in red, it means you can't use power coatings for it. Which, speaking of coatings, power is generally the best coating there is. Blast is also pretty good, and so is paralysis for locking down a monster. You have an infinite coating called close range, which, as you might guess, is most effective close range and nearly useless long range. It has slightly more damage than power coatings up close, so make sure to use them instead of power in those cases. If you run out of coatings, this is your last option, otherwise you can refill up at camp from the box in your tent. You can buy coatings at the shop guy in Astera or craft them using empty files. Now, bow in a way is sort of like DBs in that you kinda have to manage your stamina more than other weapons, as charge shots are the majority of what you'll want to achieve for any shot you do. There's 2 levels to it and is represented by your bow flashing red, though the difference between the levels is pretty hard to see. The clearest way to tell is a smoke-like aura around your arrow. It's more intense than level 1. You charge up by holding R, however there's various other ways to obtain charge too. The most prominent is a special dodge when charging and aiming, which gives you 1 level. So if you charge up the bow to level 1 then dodge, your next shot will be level 2. Likewise, if you shoot the bow normally without holding it down, each shot after will gain a charge automatically, for either charge shots or quick shots. The cool thing is these can all combo together in that so long as you do a different action each time, the next shot will be fully charged. These shots will consume less stamina than holding down R to charge as well. However, just keep in mind doing this to reach max charge instead of just holding down the charge button will eat through your coating supply, so if you wanted this playstyle, I'd advise close range coatings instead. There's a special shot called Arc Shot, which rains spike balls from the sky onto the enemy for about 5 seconds. These deal impact damage, thus are able to knock out a monster, and when a monster is knocked out, they'll fall on the floor in a daze for about 10 seconds, so this is pretty useful in certain situations. It also tends to make them flinch often if spammed. You can access this shot either after the second circle shot by pressing circle, or you can press R plus circle to shoot it, to which holding circle will allow you to aim it, where the red target area means it'll hit the monster. However, I severely advise not using this in multiplayer with melee members, as it will flinch everyone that touches it, so this is mostly an attack to use only in solo or all ranged party. A thing to note about bow is every shot has an optimal range. The reticle will be yellow for meh range, so you really want to be in orange range as much as possible. Some shots are still effective despite what this reticle says, however, like the fully charged shot. And lastly, for the basics, you can do a melee jump attack after a charge dodge by pressing triangle. Meh. A useful item to use with bow is Dash Juice, which slows down stamina drain, allowing you to get more charge shots or charge dodges, so definitely use this for important fights.
Combo 1.
Where was Dragon Piercer, Project?
Well, it's right here. That's right, Dragon Piercer is the best damage for bow, hands down. It's OP if you get the right angle, as it will hit for a ton of hits and only uses 1 coating per shot. The downside is it takes a long time to actually shoot, and you're stuck in place for the whole animation, as well as having limited aim potential once you commit to it. While using it as a simple triangle plus circle, mastering it in timing and angle is actually fairly advanced. Generally, you want to aim down the longest path of the monster. So example, you don't want to shoot Anjanath from the sides, you want to shoot from the head or the tail or the back, otherwise only a few hits will go off. To maximize the number of hits, shoot down the longest path. Monsters with wings can be shot in the wings from the side for some good damage still, however. Generally, you'll combo into this with a level 1 charge, then a dodge for a better position. And you can shoot after each of those if you can spare the coatings, to which I recommend power coating for Dragon Piercer. You also generally want to be mid to far away. Being too close tends to reduce the number of hits. The piercing shots and special ammo skills go a long way to making the damage of this thing go over 9,000. Predict where a monster is going to be, and you can pretty much stun lock them by spamming this, more so against the bigger monsters, which tend to be the end game guys anyways.
Combo 2.
Combo 2 is an alternative for a more simpler but extremely fun playstyle, albeit less damage overall. This involves the moves I mentioned in the basics, but turning it into a combo. Double quick circle into charge dodge will yield more damage than starting with charged shots. However, the following shots will be charged shots, and when near the end of your stamina, end it with another circle attack. So you start the combo with circle circle, then dodge, then R, then repeat dodge and R in any direction until near 0 stamina, to which you use circle again. The trick to this combo is to not move the right thumbstick at all after aiming. When you're aiming, it sorta acts like a lock-on to the last place your reticle was at before dodging, meaning no matter what direction you dodge to, you'll always shoot at that last spot so long as you don't move the right thumbstick. So this is really fun and good to use against a monster that's stationary for a bit, where you can aim at the head for example, then start the combo and always hit the head without needing to aim. Like I said before, close range coatings are probably the best for this, aside status coatings like blast or paralysis.
Combo 3.
And lastly, combo 3 is mainly for getting a knockout, which is pretty much spamming circle for power shots and arc shots. This can be sorta combined with combo 2 after knocking them out, or knock them out then reposition for Dragon Piercer. The slugger skill helps aid in a quicker knockout, but it also just stuns the monster a ton as well. And that is it for the combos. I have to mention the wall power shot. When you charge dodge into a special wall, it does a ton of damage, so if the monster is close to said wall, definitely make use of it. It generally shoots immediately directly behind you, so keep that in mind. But that is it for the guide. Hopefully it helped you in learning and using the bow effectively, faster than ever. So get out there at the break of dawn and show them what real hunters can do on the horizon. If I missed anything important in the video, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to pin it if it's something major. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below with any questions or how much you're enjoying the weapon thus far. I would love to hear that from you guys. I would also love for you to subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to click that hunter's bell so you don't miss any cool videos from me. As always, I appreciate the support, and remember,
a hunter must hunt.